France, a loose alliance of the left-wing parties has secured the most seats in the 577-seat National Assembly. With no group emerging with the majority, France has been left in a political limbo with no clarity over the formation of the new government. While French President Emmanuel Macron has shaken hands with the leftist NPF party, the reintroduction of the wealth tax might cost him a heavy price. The NPF party has fielded an ambitious plan that includes reducing the retirement age, raising the minimum wage and investing in green transition. And it is looking to achieve these by deploying aggressive tax-raising plans. The party hopes to garner over $15 billion through the plan. This comes as President Macron refused his Prime Minister Gabriel Attal's resignation for the time being to quote-unquote ensure the country's stability. Now, who will the new Prime Minister be? Jean-Luc Mélenchon, France's unbowed, is projected to obtain the most seats in Parliament. Now, among left-wing groups, their strength in Parliament combined with Mélenchon's strong showing in the last two presidential elections will give his party the edge to field on the EOF, their members. If that happens, experts suggest that the obvious pick will be him. While France's political fix is a problem enough, President Macron will face additional hurdles to come to agreements with a prime minister from the left. While he has made it clear that he will not resign, speculations over that possibility continue to make the rounds as well. And we're now being joined by Stuart Smith from Paris with the very latest in what's happening in France. And Stuart, well, a lot of people want to know who really is Jean-Luc Mélenchon and how his politics differs from that of Macron, and will there be a working relationship at all, and what happens next?
It's very early stages, and talk of Jean-Luc Mélenchon being Prime Minister is very quick at the moment, but it's very unlikely he would make it as Prime Minister, as someone that even within that left-wing bloc that you mentioned, a loose alliance of left-wing parties only created to try to beat the far right in this election. Even amongst them, they are unlikely to agree on him as Prime Minister, never mind the centrist and right-wing parties that would have to be involved in any kind of coalition. This is why this discussion is so difficult in France, because while there are some figures that are very vocal, very well known, they were far from getting a majority. The left-wing bloc far from getting a majority, never mind Mélenchon's party, which, while picking up the most number of seats in that left bloc, is still almost 100 seats away from securing a majority. This is why this is so difficult for France, because all of the blocs were far from a majority, meaning they will have to work with another bloc. And actually, while you were discussing there the possibility of the left wing taking power, the actual outcome could be a mixture of the centre and right. That would mean a group of Macron-loyal lawmakers with potentially some more right-wing lawmakers, because when it comes to the coalition, any amalgamation is possible. It's just who can secure enough lawmakers in Parliament that a Prime Minister is accepted, even if not necessarily desired, as the leader of the government. That's why negotiations are expected to take weeks, potentially even months. And in the meantime, President Macron seems quite relaxed about this. He seems to be waiting for either the left to propose a candidate or for the left to collapse as they try to work out who they would want for Prime Minister. He's off to Washington for a NATO summit, though many people here in France, including his advisors, are reportedly saying he really needs to stay here with the country in such uncertain times at the moment.
Right, so this suspended animation really works in Macron's favour at the moment. Stuart Smith, pleasure talking to you. Thanks very much indeed. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.